Good morning. The dogs were right up in the lens. I love it. Milo's still with us. He might go home this weekend. It is Thursday, which is odd. I'm still getting used to the new schedule. We'll be doing Barre-ish Bootcamp, and I don't have my body bar. So hopefully, hopefully the pajama producer will fly my body bar in since I forgot to put it out. So yes, we'll be doing Barre-ish Bootcamp. Hey Edie, I got a dog on my lap and I got a body bar flying in. For Barre-ish Bootcamp, all you need is enough room to step forward, side, and back from wherever you're starting. If you have a mat, that's an added bonus. And of course, if you have a body bar or if you have someone that can fly a body bar in, that's great too. You could also use a set of dumbbells. My body bar weighs 12 pounds. It's neoprene coated. It's a weighted bar. If you don't have one of these, I love mine. You can find them on Amazon at, I think it's thebodybar.com or something like that. Yes. Or, and I also have a discount code for this if you don't have one and you want one. You can also find them on spry.com, which is S-P-R-I, and I think they just call them a weighted bar. But like I said, dumbbells will work as well. So you can have that. That's all you need. I have a couple of towels nearby because it's going to be extra sweaty. I'm keeping water in a fancy wine glass with my straw just because I've gotten used to it. If you're watching this after the fact and not live, as many of you do on my YouTube fitness channel, thank you so much for subscribing to that, sharing, telling a friend. If you're wondering how to get there, there's a link in my Instagram bio. And I also house these on my IGTV. So they're making them so accessible. There's no excuse. You can work out anytime, anywhere. You don't need space or shoes. All right, if you are working with an injury today, make sure you stay with the first or second level of all the movements that we'll do. And if you've seen a doctor for an injury or you've got an injury you should see a doctor for, make sure that you're cleared to do all this stuff before starting. And then lastly, thank you to everybody who's been able to throw a donation in my Venmo or my PayPal or my snail mail. I appreciate it. It's keeping this going. And I think we're going to be doing this all the way through the next flu season. So here we are. So have a stand, if you aren't already, near the front edge of wherever you're working today. Feet under your hips under your shoulders. Then step out wide to take your feet out to the edges of your mat if you're using one. If not, just feet wider than your hips. Then sink your hips. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. Shoulders down and back. Palms together. Then press your palms together as you sink your hips. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. Stay here, keeping your belly button pulled in towards your spine. Then try to lift your heels up and hold. Breathing all the way in and out. And lower your heels. Let's try that again. Lift your heels up. Then lower your heels. Hi, guy, we just started. Push down to come up. Take your toes towards me and sink your hips. Hands on your legs. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Then tuck your hips and round your back. And then release, lengthen your spine again. And tuck your hips, round your back. And release, lengthening your spine. This time, round your back as you tuck your hips. And come all the way up. Feet underneath your hips, hips under your shoulders. Both arms come up. Forward fold. Either grab your elbows or let your hands fall to the floor. Either way, try to straighten your left leg and bend your right knee. Sitting into your left hip. Your toes can wiggle here always. Then change sides. Straighten your right leg and bend your left knee. Sitting into your right hip. Letting your head hang off the end of your spine. Then bend both knees. Lift your tailbone up. Slowly unroll one bone at a time At the top, shoulders down and back. Both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold, tailbone lifts up. Unroll. Let's do that again. Both arms up. Forward fold, tailbone lifts up. Unroll high, Eduardo from Panama. And both arms up. I assume that's where you are still. Tailbone lifts up. Unroll. Left arm reaches up and over as you bend both knees. Come up. Other way. Right arm goes up and over. Now single counts here. So you'll reach and push down. Come up. Do it again. Lean up. Reach. Couple more. Over and up. One more each side. And then both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold, bend your knees far enough to get your hands to the floor and step your feet back to your first downward facing dog. Heels pressing into the floor. Palms pressing into the floor. Chest pressing through your shoulders. Your tailbone lifts up to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. From here, lower your hips to any kind of plank. That's wrists under shoulders. Maybe your knees come down, maybe they stay up. Either way, come back up to your down dog. Find your position right away. Now lower to plank. For 2 counts, back up to down dog. Do it again. That was a dog darting into my shot and almost into my face. Do it again. Lower for 2. Hold your down dog. Both heels lift up and lower. Do it again. Lift and lower. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. 2 more. And hold your down dog. Shift your weight to your right hand and foot and bring your left leg up until you feel the stretch behind your right leg. Feel free to stay right here or bend your left knee and open your left hip. If you took the bend and rotation, straighten back out to your 3-legged dog where you can stay or lower your hips to not any kind of plank, lower your hips to bring your left knee into your chest. You can hold here or give your knee a little pulse into your chest. In, wrists under shoulders, pushing into the floor. 3, 2, send your left leg back up to your 3-legged dog. And bend both feet to the floor, down dog in the center. And shift your weight over to your left hand and foot. Your right leg comes up until you feel the stretch behind your left leg. You can stay in your 3-legged dog or bend your right knee and open your right hip. If you took the bend and rotation, straighten back out to your 3-legged dog where you can stay or lower your hips and bring your right knee into your chest. If you did, you can hold here or give your knee a little pulse. Remember, wrists under shoulders, core engaged. Hold your pulse. Right leg goes back up to your 3-legged dog. Then both feet to the floor. Down dog in the center. Then lower your hips to any kind of plank. So knees down or up. From here, take your right leg, bring it up outside of your right hand. So remember, your back knee can be on the floor. This stretch, every time I do it the first time, always feels so brutal. All right, so you should be able to wiggle your right toes. Maybe you touch your right knee. Maybe you reach all the way up to the ceiling. Either way, both hands come back to the floor. Keep your core engaged and step back to plank. Try it on the left. Step forward. That first stretch is hard. Maybe your back knee finds the floor. Either way, you can wiggle your left toes. Maybe you touch your left knee. Maybe you reach up to the ceiling. Either way, you're breathing and your core is engaged. Both hands to the floor, back to plank. Slightly faster here. Step forward, reach or touch your knee, back to plank. Step, reach or touch your knee, back to plank. Again, step, reach, do it again. One more time each side. Step, reach, last time, and then hold and plank. Now, if your knees are still up, bring them down. Release your feet, hips to your heels. Child's pose here. Pressing your chest through your shoulders. Then round up and find your modified plank. That's wrists under shoulders, shoulders away from your ears, hips in line with your knees and shoulders. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit, or more, or a lot. Either way, straighten your elbows, hips to your heels. Child's pose here. That's our pattern. Let's make it flow. Round up and either hold or bend. Child's pose. Do it again. Round up. Hold or bend. Do it again. Round up. Hold or bend. We'll go twice more from here. Round up. Hold or bend. Last time. Next time, modify plank and hold. Hold here. Tuck your toes. Push down. Find your down dog. Bring your knees back to the floor. Release your feet, hips to your heels. Let's make that flow. Here we go. Round up. Down dog. Push. Lower your knees. Child's pose. Same thing again. Round up. Push down. Lower your knees. Let's go one more time through this. Round up. Push down. Lower your knees. Child's pose. Modified plank this time and hold. Wrists under shoulders, tuck your toes. Try to lift your knees up. Right hand to the middle. Rotate to find your side plank to the left. Feel free to put your right knee on the floor. Right wrist under your right shoulder. Reaching up, breathing in and out. Top arm reaches towards me for 2 and up. Now underneath your bottom arm. Single count. Towards me and up. Under. Do it again. Towards me and up. Hold your side plank. Come back to the center. Wrists under shoulders. Knees down or up. Left hand to the middle. High Milo. Rotate to your right. Left wrist under shoulder. Maybe your knee is on the floor. Top arm reaches towards me and up. Now underneath. Single counts here. Towards me and up. Under one more time. Towards me. Hold your side plank. Come back to the center. Make sure you're breathing in and out. You can hold here or bend your elbows a little bit or a little more or more. Either way, straighten them. Tailbone lifts up. Down dog. Walk your feet up towards your hands. In a forward fold, lift your tailbone up. Slowly unroll. At the top, either grab your resistance and or a sip of whatever you brought to drink. Cheers. I feel like it's Monday. All right, so you'll go to an overhand grip with whatever resistance you're using. Shoulders down and back. Feet underneath your hips. Hips under your shoulders, overhand grip. Slow motion squat for 2. Push down, squeeze your glutes. So not locking your knees at all. Squeeze your glutes, your knees straighten without locking. One more slowly. And then single counts here. So you'll sink, push down. As always, I forgot to mention the after party. It'll be upper body with small to medium dumbbells. One more at the top. Hold, lower your elbows right here. Wiggle your knees. Press your resistance up on a diagonal to the wall in front of you. So make sure that nothing's locked. Bring your bar back down. Those are your moves. Let's do one of each. One squat, one diagonal press. Let's do it again. Squat, press, make it flow if you're ready. So squat, press, squat. Push down to come up. Maybe your left knee lifts up at the top and right. Press, sink, press. Now just squats here. We'll do a second set of those in a moment. But first, Left leg, slow motion, diagonally back. At the top, tap your left toes. Give me one dead lift at the hip. Diagonally back, sink for 2. Tap, hip hinge. So you move from the hip joint, single count. Sink, hip hinge, right there. Do it again. Sink, hip hinge, right there. Yep. Diagonal, hip hinge. Do it again. Sink, hip hinge, right there. And sink down. So we're going one side at a time. We'll exhaust the right side of your glutes. Do it again. Sink, tap, hip hinge. Sink, tap. Let's go twice more. Sink. You should breathe all the way through this set. And now back to parallel squats, both feet on the floor. Your right side should feel more worked than your left. One squat, one press. Squat. Lower the elbows, diagonal press. Do it again. And then make it flow if you're ready. Sink, press. Push down through the feet. Maybe your right knee comes up at the top. So sink, press. 2 more. And then only squats right here. Shoulders down and back. No knee locking. You ready? Right leg diagonally back. Slowly. 1, 2. Tap, no weight on it. Hip hinge. Do it again slowly. Sink for 2. Tap for 2. Hip hinge. Now single counts right here. Sink. Touch. Hinge. Do it again. Chest stays lifted on both accounts. So chest stays up, chest stays up. Sink, tap. So you're working the left side of your glutes. You can wiggle your left toes. You can breathe and talk. We're just making our booties evened out. Breathing all the way in, all the way out. Twice more. Tap, hinge, last one. And then both feet, parallel squats. You're even, shoulders down the back. 2 more. Now flip your grip, one hand at a time. If you're using dumbbells, keep your overhand grip and keep your arms by your sides. If you're using a bar, roll the bar up to your elbows. Lace your fingers. Now if you're using dumbbells and they were down at your sides, now's the time to bring them up and cross your wrists. Feet wide, toes to the corners. As you sink your hips, your chest stays lifted up. So you're not gonna lean forward. 2 more. Hold the hip sink, little pulses here. So shoulders down and back. You should be able to wiggle your toes. 4, 3, hold your pulse. Both heels lift. Extend your legs. Lower your heels that much, slightly faster. So you'll sink, lift, extend. Do it again. Sink, lift, slightly faster here. Sink, lift, up. So working through your feet. 4 to go. So 4 and 3. Last 2. And then hip sink 2 times. Once more. Now both heels lift up twice. Do it again. Now one of each. One hip sink, one heel lift, up. Same thing. Sink, press, slightly faster here. Sink, lift. Working through your feet. Once more, and then faster up. Tempo here, down, up. Again, working through the feet. A lot of muscles from your legs. Go down and insert all around your foot. 4 to go. In 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top. Hold. Bend both knees. Lower your heels. Wiggle your toes. Come up to parallel and squat. So you want to make sure you are forward in your space. So you have room behind you. Again, as you come up, you push down into the floor and squeeze your glutes. Left leg steps back 1. Keep your dumbbells and or your bar close to your body. Do it again. So as you step back, your bar or your dumbbells stay close to your body. so that you can sink your hips and come back up. Do it again. 4 more like that. So you sink without leaning forward. 2 more, and then parallel squat right here. Make sure you have room on your sides. 2 more squats. Left leg steps out 1 time. Together to your right. This is your pattern. Maybe you sink your hips and turn your toes out a little bit so that your chest can stay lifted. Step back on your left once, then on your right. Now out to the side. Yep, you can sink your hips or not, so you can step and or sink to the sides. 1 of each. Now step back once each way. So step back, out to the sides. Step out. Hi, Yaya Margarita. Bagel, my kid's babysitter from the past. How are you? Step back left. Sink, push down. Step out left. Be careful that you follow the direction of your toes as you sink your hips once each way. Yo, Margarita, I miss you. Step, press, out to the side. We'll go 1 more set. Each side, step back left, sink, out to the side. I love you too, Yo Margarita Bagel. Center parallel squats. The reason she has so many nicknames is because my kid and most of the world cannot pronounce her actual first name. All right, as you squat, if you're using dumbbells, bring them down by your sides. If you're using a bar, unlace, unroll. You're already in overhand grip if you're using dumbbells, but if you're using a bar, flip your grip 1 hand at a time. So shoulders down and back, no knee locking. Left leg goes up behind you, squat, and then your right. It's your alternating legs. Squat, lift, squat. Do it again, sink, lift. Belly button in, 2 more. Hold your left leg up, flex and pulse, shoulders down and back. Oh, the stories Yaya Margarita Bagel and I could tell. Press your left hip towards me. She used to work in the kids club at Equinox. Oh, what? I said a brand name. Shoulders down and back. Hopefully it's buried so deep in the class, nobody will ever hear it. 3, 2, hold here. Now pull your heel towards your hip and extend. Let me show it to you. Heel towards your hip. Oh, I'm tipping over. Ha. So you want your heel to come in towards your hip, but it won't come all the way. If your heel comes all the way into your hip, that tells you that you could take your knee further back. Single count curls. So curl, extend, curl, extend, curl, extend. Let's do 4 more like that. So chest up, shoulders down, curl twice more, then hold your curl right here, knee to the corner or to the side. Pulse up, check your posture. Is your chest still lifted? Are your shoulders still up and back? Are you pulsing? Is your booty barking at you? 4, 3, 2, parallel squats right here, recover. Woo! We'll do the other side. But first, a little sorbet for your booty. Take your feet wide and sink your hips. Just a little moment to recover. Chest up. Pushing to the middle of your feet to come up. Once more, now back to parallel squats here. So we'll do that whole series on the other side. So starting with your right leg going up behind you right there and left. So you squat, extend behind you. 1 more, hold your right leg up, flex and pulse. I'll turn so you can see it without falling over, I hope. 4, 3, 2, hold, and then heel towards the hip, extend. Yaya Margarita, we need to get together. And the scary part is that my kid is now old enough to babysit your kid. What? So remember, your right hip presses forward towards me. And if your heel comes all the way in, take your knee further back. Single count. Bend, extend. Bend, extend. I'm tipping over today. 4 more curls, knee back, hip forward. Yes, let's hook it up, ya. Hold your curl, knee to the side, and pulse. Yep. Seriously, ya, give me a text. My number's the same. Let's hook it up. Breathing all the way in and out for 4 more. 3, 2, parallel squats. Woo! Booty even. No knee locking. Chest up, feet wide. Little sorbet here. Sink, press. 2 more. All right, parallel squat. You're sort of near the front edge of your space. Put your resistance down. Sink, press. Sorry about that. Had to squash a phone call. Touch your knees, knuckles up, sink. Your arms should feel weightless now. I think I've got a dog hair in my face. What? 2 more. Palms together. Squats right here. Make sure you have room behind you and to the side. We'll work diagonally. Left leg steps back to the corner, other way. That's your move. You bend your back leg, your front leg stays straight. Sink, up. So you push down off of your back leg to come up, out, up. Cross your wrists overhead, then pull back like a high bow and arrow. Do it again. Sink, press off the floor behind you here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, parallel squat. Keep that in your head. Now, as you finish that, you want to make sure you have enough room in front of you. So if you need to, take a little step back. Left leg's your starter. Step towards me 1 time. Together, right leg. That's your pattern. As you step forward, your back heel pops up off the floor. That way you can sink your hips and be in a forward lunge. Arms come down, straight up. Down, straight up. But not past your ears. Do it again. 4, 3, 2, parallel squats here. All right, let's put those 2 moves together. So the diagonal lateral lunge with the high bow and arrow. Then the forward step or lunge with the arms straight up and down. Sure, 4 of each. Ready, left leg starts. 4, 3, once more. Towards me, forward lunge. Arms come straight down and up. 2 more. Let's do it again. Left side, diagonal, bow and arrow. Press off. Sink. 2 more. Towards me, forward lunge. 4, 3. Can we do the whole thing in 2s? Sure, step back left and 1 more. Towards me, forward lunge. Do it again, step back left. Again, forward lunge. Let's do that again in 2s to seal the deal because we'll need it later. Towards me. Parallel squat, palms together. Keep that in your head. We're linking things together today. Breathing in and out. Make sure you can talk. If you're too breathy to talk, make your range of motion smaller. If you were in a gadget, you can check your heart rate on your wrist. Shoulders down and back. Make sure you have room on the sides. Step out left 1 time, then right. Easy enough, you know this pattern. You know this one too, where you turn your toes slightly out and sink your hips and come back up by pushing down through your feet. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. You are your own resistance against the floor. So if you collapse in and you don't use your push, you're highly less efficient. Is that the right way to say that? You're not as efficient. Forearms crossed, goalpost arms, cross, goalpost, cross, easy enough. We'll do 4 more just like that. Use your push against the floor 2 more. Feet parallel. Keep your forearms crossed. All right, we haven't done this one in a few weeks. At the top, you'll hold elbows, lift up, cross. Elbows, cross. Heel lift on the elbow lift. All right, if you're here in a heel lift, feel free to give a little press to your heel lift and get a little air. Off the floor, 2 more. Then back to your step out left goalpost. 4 of these. 3, 2, elbows lift right here. Heel lift or jump, maybe just here. Let's do it in 2s. Step out left. So sink, cross. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. Step out left. Sink, cross. Elbows lift. And parallel squats here. All right, let's link those together. The first combo, which was the diagonal high bow and arrow with the forward lunge. Yes? Then right in to your goalpost arms and your elbow lift or jump. 4 more squats to recover. Grab a sip if you need it. All right, ready? Left leg, bow and arrow, diagonally back. 2 more. Forward lunge towards me. 4 of these. 3, 2, step out left, goalpost arms. You're already there. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. Palms together, squat. All right, so we did the first combo in 4s, second combo in 2. So this time, both combos in 2s. What does that mean? Means step back left, right, forward lunge each side, right into your goalpost. Sure. Left side, bow and arrow back. 1 more. Towards me. Now goalpost, step out to your left and right. Elbows lift, heels up or jump. Do it again. Step back left. Bow and arrow towards me. Step out left, goalpost arms. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. 1 more time, step back left. Diagonal. Towards me. Step out left, goalpost arms. Elbows lift, heels up or jump. Parallel squat. All right, keep that in your head. Breathing in and out, seeing if you can talk, checking your gadget if you're wearing one. Let's learn the beat. Step left once, toes towards me and right. This time, your toes stay at the front and it becomes a wide squat with your tailbone going back and you hip hinge, your knees bend, you push down to come up. Reach, pull, reach, pull. 4 more to go. 4, push down. 3, 2, parallel squat here. Keep that in your head. Now, left leg steps towards you 1 time, but your back heel stays on the floor and your front knee bends. So it's more like the first lateral diagonal lunge that we did. So you push off of your front leg because the knee bends. You reach behind you. Maybe you circle in between. Reach, circle, or no circle, you pick. We'll do 4 more like that. So 4, 3, parallel squat, palms together. All right, can we put that much together? Remember what it is? Side wide parallel squat with a reach and pull. Step towards me. Ready? Left leg side wide squat. Reach and pull, push down. 2 more. Now towards me, lateral forward lunge. Circle or not. 2 more. Side wide squat, left side. Push down. Do it again each way. Now towards me. Forward lateral. So your back leg is straight. Parallel squat. I know it's confusing for me to say forward lateral. The only reason I'm saying that is because I want your brain to think of it as a lateral lunge. And for some reason, when I say that, we think to keep one leg straight, even though lateral just means to the side. So really, the side wide squat is a lateral lunge. Whichever, however your brain needs to think of it. Let's put it together in 2s. Step out left, wide, other side. Towards me, bend your front leg. Step out left, wide, squat. And I can't say it. Towards me. One more time, step out to your left. Towards me. Now parallel squats right here. All right, we put all of that together. What? Where does that happen? That happens right after the elbow lift or jump. Let's do that much. From the step out goal post arms right here. Goal post, elbows lift or jump right here. Side wide, sink, push towards me, back leg stays straight. Parallel squats. All right, we hook that on. Before we hook it on, I'm gonna grab a towel. I thought I was. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. All right. Make sure you have space. Starting with diagonal back. Diagonal towards me, forward lunge. Now goal post arms, step out. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. Here it is, side wide, sink, push, towards me, lateral lunge to the front. Parallel squats here. Push down to come up, keep your squat. I feel like we need more energy from our playlist. So we'll do that 2 more times from the top. Then we'll put the ending on. What? 2 more. Starting from the top, step back, diagonal, bow and arrow. Towards me, straightforward lunge. Step out, goal post arms to your left. Sink, push down. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. Side wide squat right here. Toes towards me. Now towards me, diagonal, or not diagonal, left. Parallel squat. This is where the ending happens. Let's do it again. Diagonal, bow and arrow. Pull back. Towards me, forward lunge. Goal post arms, step out left. Elbows lift, heels up or jump. Side wide squat, parallel. Toes towards me. Now, towards me, lateral forward. Parallel squat. Keep that in your head. I feel like we should do one more time. Let's do one more time. Ready? Diagonal back. Diagonal. Towards me. Now side step, goal post arms. Sink your hips. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. And side wide squat. Toes towards me. Forward lateral lunge. Parallel squats here. Shoulders down and back. I think my brain's together. Hop or paddle right here. So you can paddle with one foot always on the floor or hop. Either way, step out wide. So paddle, step or hop, jump, cross, open. Do it again. For 4, 3, 2, arms finish up, left arm goes down, right arm. Now maybe you lean as you reach. If you're taking the lean, be careful to keep your hips in the center. Here we go, hop or pedal right here. 4, 3, 2, arms finish up, left arm reaches, maybe lean. 2 more. Wide parallel squat. Reach down and pull. Feet parallel, palms together. So that's the end of the combo. Not the end of the cardio, but the end of the combo. So, as you finish your lateral forward lunge, you'll jump into the hop or pedal. Sure. Make sure you can talk. Make sure you're breathing. We'll take 4 more recovery squats to start from the top. Wiggle your toes. Think about where you're going. Diagonal back, right here, and pull. 1 more, towards me, forward lunge. Step out, goalpost left. Do it again, elbows lift, heel lift or jump. Side wide squat, right here, parallel, toes towards me. Now forward, lateral lunge. Hop or paddle, right here. 4, 3, 2, arms finish up. Left arm, over and up. 2 more. Wide parallel squats right here. On the last one, we have 2 more. Bring your feet together, go from the top, diagonal back. 1, towards me, forward lunge. What is it? Oh, goalpost. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. And side wide squat. Again, other way. Lateral lunge towards me. Hop or paddle right here. 4, 3, 2, arms finish up. Left side, lean or just reach. Again. Wide parallel squat. For 4, you know what's gonna happen on the last one. Feet together from the top. Here we go. Pull. Towards me, forward lunge. Step out left, goalpost. That was hard for me to cue. Elbows lift, heel lift or jump. Side wide parallel squat. Sink. Push down. Lateral towards me. Hop or paddle right here. 4, 3, 2, arms finish up. Left arm. Lean or just reach. And wide squat. Not from the top this time. Keep your feet wide. Palms together. Smaller squat. Make it a recovery. Toes to the corners. Make it a hip sink. So now, you don't lean forward. Tailbone goes straight down. Arms up and out. Sink. Reach up. Push against the floor. Left heel comes up and rotate to your right. Center. Right heel comes up, rotate to your left. Heel down. Again, left heel. Rotate to your right. Heel down. Right heel comes up. Do it again. Left heel comes up. Rotate. Right heel. Center. 3 pulses down. So it's 3, 2, 1. Together and out. It's been a while. 2, 1. Together and out. Now your together can be a push down and jump together. 3, 2, 1. Together and out. 3, 2, 1. Together and out. Doesn't have to be a jump. Twice more. Any level works. Push down last time. 3, 2, 1. Parallel squat. Toes towards me. See if you can talk. Check your gadget if you're wearing one to see what your heart rate is. Remember that this number on your wrist, if you're wearing one, does not always mean that this feels good. So, sometimes your heart rate cannot be that high, but you feel crazy out of breath. And then the reverse. So each day is different, depending on how much sleep you got, how hydrated or not hydrated you are. Feet parallel, underneath your feet. Let's go from the top. Shoulders down. Ready? Left leg diagonally back. And pull. Towards me. Forward lunge. Now goalpost arms, step out left. Sink. Again. Elbows lift, heels up or jump. Side wide parallel squat to your left. Sink. Push down. Lateral towards me. Then hop or pedal right here. 4, 3, 2, arms finish up, reach, left. Wiggle your toes. Wide parallel squat for 4. Yep, we're doing it one last time. This next time is your finale. Feet together. Step back left, diagonal. Towards me, forward lunge. Goal post to your left side. Sink your hips, push down. Elbows up, heel lift or jump. Side wide parallel squat. Sink down, push. Lateral towards me. Final hop or pedal here. 4. Chest up. One more, arms finish up. Left arm. Lean or just reach. Wiggle your toes. Wide parallel squat here. Final 4 of these. 2 more. Feet under your hips. Hit, what am I saying? Bend your knees. Hands on your legs. Tuck your hips. Release, let's do it again. Shoulders away from your ears. This time, tuck and round all the way up. Little squats. Let your heart rate settle. No knee locking. See if you can talk. Check your gadget if you're wearing it. 2 more. Now both arms come up. Inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, hands on your legs. Tuck your hips and roll all the way up. Stay on your feet, towel off. Grab a sip of whatever you brought to the party. Isn't it always better, like, once your heart rate's up? Sometimes I think in the very beginning stages, when before your body changes gears, it's so hard to like get mentally in this, but you know that once your heart rate's up and the sweat is pouring out, like you know that your whole day is gonna be better. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'll turn my mat to the side. You don't have to, but do if you like. All right, so if I turn to the side, when I cue front and back, the front arm or leg is gonna be the leg or arm closest to your screen. I'm gonna change towels as I've worn the first one out. But thank you, guys. I can't even remember, oh yes, I can't even remember what I just said. Ooh. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm trying to fit in watching all the Olympics and producing that other platform and planning all this and getting my kid registered for wet high school. High school. Crazy. All right, have a seat. I didn't cue this in the beginning, but let's use a towel. So I did cue you to have a couple of towels. If you just have one, put it in your hands. So you want it apart like this, so not with any slack in it, nice and tight. A little bit wider than your shoulders. Shoulders down and back. Now it's easy to start here, but try to get all the way up to an extension. Feet flat on the floor as you curl for 2 and up. Do it again. Curl for 2 and up. Do it again. Curl for 2 and up. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Now as you curl, bring your arms up toward the wall, meets the ceiling in front of you. So curl, lift, come back up. Always squeezing underneath your armpits. That way your lats stay engaged. We don't often talk about our lats, but they are a giant muscle in your core. So those need to be as strong as the rest. Otherwise, your abs will be left hanging with no helpers. What? This time you'll hold your curl back, hold here, squeeze under your armpits, rotate towards me, maybe touch the floor and center, same direction towards me. center, same direction. Maybe extend your front leg. Single counts here. So towards me, stop it in the center. That way, you kill the momentum. Let's do it again for 4, 3, 2, forward fold. Knees can stay bent or straighten them. Wrap your towel around your feet. Any position with the legs will do as long as you lean forward, you actively release your low back and separate your shoulder blades. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Inhale again. On your exhale, flex both feet, bring your eyes up. Shoulders down your body, release your towel. Let's start from the top. Half curl down, 1, 2, and up. Remember to squeeze underneath your armpits, pulling your towel out to the side. Maybe extend towards where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Do it again, breathing all the way in and out. We'll go twice more from here. Keeping your shoulders pressing down. This time we'll hold here. Now rotate away from your screen and back to the center, same direction, slowly. Maybe you extend your back leg as you rotate. One more slowly, and then single counts here. So rotate, center, rotate, center. Breathing in and out. Let's do 4 more of any level 4. Breathe. Press your shoulders down. Last time. Forward fold. Wrap your towel around. Knees can stay bent or any kind of straight. Round your back over. Release your low back. Actively separating your shoulder blades. Inhale. On your exhale, flex both feet, eyes up. Shoulders, and then your body. Release your towel. Oh yeah, that's gross. I had it on my feet and then I put it on my face. All right, towel out of the way. Sit up tall, tuck your hips. Fingertips can help. So dogs are about to bark. You can have your fingertips help you roll down. When you get all the way down, bring your knees into your chest and rock your knees side to side. That should release your low back. Breathe as you do this. Feel free to take an extra extension of your top leg. That was some very important things going on outside, I guess. That way you can get an extra stretch all the way up your leg into your glutes. We did a lot of work there. One more to the side. And then back to the center. Knees into your chest. So shoulder blades pressing into the mat or the floor. Hands at your side, untuck your hips. So belly button level to your pelvic bone, 90 degrees of the hip and the knee. Your legs are your dumbbells. Front leg dips down. Maybe it touches the floor, maybe not. Back leg. So what you're doing is moving from the hip, creating resistance to your core. Now we won't go faster, but if you'd like, you can try both legs together. You probably won't get all the way to the floor. Now, if your knees are bent at 90 degrees and your core is so strong that this is not giving you enough resistance, you can lengthen your legs, so take a lesser angle in your knee. Does that make sense? So as they lower, you should feel the resistance in your core, but remember the movement happens at the hip joint. Everything else stays neutral. We'll go twice more from here. Exhale out. Inhale back in, last time. And hold it center. So 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Neutral spine here. Arms out to the side, palms up to the ceiling. Take your legs towards me. Exhale, rotate for 2, center. Other way, away from me. For 2, center. Do it again. Exhale, over towards me and up. Do it again. Exhale for 2. Exhale, rotate, resist the weight of your legs. As you rotate, press your opposite shoulder blades into the floor. Exhale, rotate to me. Once more, exhale and inhale, hold here. Fingertips behind your ears. Squeeze under your armpits, roll your shoulder blades up off the floor. You can hold here and feel this resistance, or you can pulse up without pulling on your head. Lift. If you want more resistance from here, you can extend your legs on a diagonal. If you're here and you still need more resistance, you can take your legs out, together, out, together, out, together. 2 more. And hold. Release your knees into your chest. Ooh, that was hard. Now if you're here and you're having your sweat drip right through your eyeballs, here's a little tidbit. It shouldn't sting at all. It should go right through like tears. Cross one leg over the other. Grab your knees or a little further down. Pull your knees into your chest. If your sweat is stinging your eyes, that means that your sweat is not dilute enough and you have a little too much sodium and other garbage in your system. And release. Change sides. Other leg on top. Grab your knees or a little further down. Pulling the knees into the chest to release the glutes and the back of your leg, sort of the side and the back. And release. Feet on the floor as close to your hips as you can get them. Either grab your towel or your mat and tuck your hips. Push down to lift your hips up. Maybe lace your fingers underneath your booty. Tucking your shoulder blades closer together. You should be able to wiggle your toes here. Breathing all the way in and out. If your fingers are laced, unlace them now. And then lower your hips. Bring your front knee into your chest. Extend your leg up, only far enough to feel the stretch behind your front leg. Shoulders down. Back leg can stay where it is, or feel free to walk it out. Then flex your front leg or front foot and bend your knee. Extend. Do it again. Flex. Then you can extend your foot at the top. Ankles are important. Ankles and feet, they're your first contact with the ground. Hold at the top. Your leg doesn't have to be straight. You just want to feel the stretch behind. Front arm on the inside of your front leg. Push your leg out a little bit towards me, only far enough to feel the stretch on the inside without lifting your back hip. Breathe in and out, then try to flex both feet. You stay at your point of flexibility. It's not a competition. Breathing in and out. Bend your front knee to the center. Front arm out to the side. Back arm across your knee. Take your knee over to the back of your room or just away from your screen. Might not be the back of your room. Come back to the center. Change sides. Front foot on the floor. Back knee extends up. Maybe your front leg walks out. You're welcome, Edie. Flex your back foot, bend the knee to the chest. Extend. Do it again. Make sure you're breathing. Gunners back to visit. Again, flex and bend. This time, hold your extension. Only far enough to feel the stretch behind. Back arm anywhere on the inside of your back leg. Put your leg out to the side. Edie, I'm working on what we talked about in our message. Press your front hip to the floor. Shoulder blades pressing into the floor. Flex both feet. Push your heels out to the walls. Breathing in and out. And then bend your back knee to the center. Back arm reaches out to the side. Front arm across your back knee. And take your knee over towards me. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Come back to the center and both feet on the floor. Flip yourself over for our final stretch. All right, arms and legs all the way out. Front arm reaches behind you. Grab where your shoelaces would be. Maybe bend your front or your back elbow to make a fist. And yes, Edie, not feeling any pressure. I just in contact with a lot of people. Want to help you out. Heel to the hip. Maybe Steve or Guy or someone knows of a position. We're trying to get Edie a position for work. All right, and release, change sides, back arm reaches around. Grab where your shoelaces would be, heel to the hip to the floor, maybe bend your front elbow and make a fist. And rest your head. If you can, keep your back hand where it is, your front arm goes back. Try to get both feet in your hands. If you're not quite here, work on it. Grab your heels or your pants. Once you're here, press your feet into your hands and lift your knees. Maybe lift your chest. And then think about how flexible the Olympic gymnasts are. And release. Hands to the side of the chest. Press your chest up. Take your hips to your heels. Child's pose. Press in your chest through your shoulders. Rotate your thumbs up towards the ceiling so your hands are on their sides. Then release your palms back to the floor. Then round up to a tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, and tuck your hips to round your back. Push down through your hands and feet to lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Forward fold. Tailbone lifts up, unroll. In 4, 3. All right, at the top, this class is done. The sweat ball. So we'll come back in 5 minutes, if you're ready, with your small to medium dumbbells, and we'll do a weight series and a little extra stretch, you know, the towel stretch and the hip thing. All right, if I don't see you in 5 minutes, I'll see you on Sunday. Next Tuesday, turns out, is high school registration day right at 10 o'clock for us. So either we can go early or we can do a different day. Weigh in, give me a message, let me know what your preference is, but I'll for sure see you Sunday.